just got about a foot of snow. It makes getting the water more difficult at first, anyway. We have the sled with the buckets in it, but it takes two of us because we got to go up over a hill and then back down to the camp. And without something on the back of the sled, which is Mama's job, it just slides into you. It's a pain in the butt. I like to carry the water. It's my every other day ritual. But until this trail gets packed down enough so I can walk on it, I'll put it in the sled. The only benefit to using a sled is I can carry more than 2 buckets at a time in one trip. But it's no fun. I don't like it. Carrying the water, I like doing. Keeps me strong, and I like it. Without a packed trail, you know, each pail weighs like, I don't know, 45 pounds or so, something around there. So it's another 90 pounds on my frame walking in and out. It's exhausting. So once it's packed, it's fine.
Getting the milk and snow. She's on it. She's on it.
She likes that box of milk bones she saw.
She does.
Is that what it's all about, milk bones?
Full tank. Now we got running water. It's a crappy day today, storming, wind blowing, so we're doing chores. The task at hand is cleaning out the chicken coop. This is what's left to when we were cutting and splitting the firewood. I raked up the sawdust there, and we're going to put it in the coop. Yeah. And this barrel here is all the poop and stuff that we take out of the coop. Make good use of that in the garden. When we had our last chicken coop at the homestead in New York, I had made a perimeter of railroad ties, stacked that up off the ground a ways. I think there was 2 tiers. I filled it with sand, packed it down, and then I poured just a couple inches of concrete. You know, I mixed by hand, spread it out. And that worked really good. And in the winter, we never cleaned the coop. We just let all the poop build up with the hay that we had, and that would create its own heat and help to warm the coop. Now, it's not that the hens need any heat at all, because they don't, but we do our best to try to keep the coop above freezing, because it makes our life easier, because their water doesn't freeze. You know, when their water freezes, they don't have water. So it just makes it easier and keeps the hens happier. So in here, we clean it because I'm heating the workshop, and I have just that little bit of insulated pipe. Now you can touch that. That doesn't get hot at all, but it does throw a little bit of heat, and the water stays liquid. See? Yeah? So it seems to work. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And all of this poop, we collect it for the garden. So, yeah. So far, so good. Come on, move along now. Come on. Come on. Let's go, Brandon. Come on. I like this better than the shavings you buy because it's all different kinds of wood and mixed with bark and leaf matter and ground matter that we rake up off of the ground. It's not just pine shavings, and it didn't cost us anything. It's byproducts of when we do the firewood.
Yeah, this makes pretty good bedding.
It does.
I wish we had more of it.
I know it. Gotta cut more firewood, Mama.
I guess that's it.
Gotta make more sawdust.
You don't have any problem doing that.
No. What I'm also doing here, this is dirt from the raised beds in the greenhouse. What I'm doing is I'm taking some of the dirt from the raised bed and throwing it in here. It's going to mix in with all of this wood chip stuff. I'm also going to throw in some hay, and the chickens are going to root around in here and mix it all up, and they're going to poop all over it. And then when we clean the coop out again, everything we scoop out of here makes phenomenal fertilizer. So it's really kind of a win-win situation because I want to take the center bed out of the greenhouse so I can put the snowmobile in there for the winter. And by just taking the dirt from there, bringing it in here, it's less work for me. The plants that were growing in it, you know, I've depleted the soil to some regard. Now I'm going to put it in here. The chickens are going to poop all over it, mix it all up, and replenish it. And then we will reuse it once again. So it's just good backwoods logic. Yeah. They're going to love, you wait, it's going to be like a holiday for them when they come back in. They have this and that.
Yeah, that'll keep them busy for a while.
Oh, they're going to be happy hens. Maybe we'll get 6 eggs tomorrow.
The hay smells good.
Oh, doesn't it?
Nice, sweet.
Oh, wonderful.
Really deodorize the coop.
I guess so. We ought to put some in the outhouse.
Yes.
I like watching them scratch around like that and all the little noises they make. It's therapeutic. And right now the coop smells really clean, and with that sweet smelling hay, it's almost hypnotizing because it's peaceful. It's very peaceful. The little sounds they make, and they're contented right now. Anytime you refresh stuff, they get very contented, and they're scratching around, and they're happy. And it just emits happiness, you know. It's a simple pleasure. Yeah. You know, it's not very cost effective or cost efficient having chickens, especially in the winter, as far as the egg production, but I don't know. It's just nice. It's fun. I like them. They're full of character though. They are. If you remember, this year we had grubbed out a new area, pulled out all the brush, and planted some corn, and we didn't know how it would do because it didn't get the most sun. Took a chance, planted some corn, and had a good harvest. And I was going through the freezer looking for something, and I found 4 ears that we couldn't eat, and we threw them in the freezer. And now that I've thrown them out, they're kind of punky, so I'm going to give them to the girls. I give them to them one at a time, and they just go nuts over it. Little treat. Okay.
Yeah, they love it. A little treat. Corn on the cob. The killer hens. It ain't Jimmy's crack corn, but they don't care. There you go, boy, you got my fingers. It's cornholio.
It's time to get some of this beef suet rendering. I noticed that we're just about out of our suet cakes out there, so I got to get this one rendering down. I'll put it in the oven for a few hours. This will melt. Then I'll mix in some peanut butter. So, popping it in. And we'll just let it melt. I ended up putting a little foil over this to help prevent spattering because the oven got a little hotter than I usually like it. But it looks really good. That big hunk of fat is reduced to those little pieces. And I'll chop this little bit up. These are called the cracklins. I'll chop these up and put them right in there with the peanut butter. Tilly's hoping I dropped something. Don't worry, Mom, I'm on it. And this will just sit out on the screen porch in the cold till it's solid. And I'll be able to pop it right out of here. And the birds will have a couple of weeks of suet treats. So this is all solidified. I'm going to get it cut up. Now a lot of times when I make this stuff I use the plastic tray. This is nice to use because it flexes and gets the suet out easier. But this was handy so I used it. So I'm going to get it cut now. We really enjoy feeding the birds and they really love this stuff. And there we go. With the peanuts in there and the cracklins from the suet that cooked down. Ready to go.
Someone's jealous. No, I can't pet Frankie. You won't let me pet Frankie. Why don't you let me pet Frankie? Yeah, pet me, Dad. Pet me.
I'm trying to pet Frankie. But I don't want to pet Frankie. I want a little do-over. Wait a minute.
Oh, someone's upset. Daddy's petting Frankie.
Well, folks, we have been very, very fortunate so far this winter. We're already past mid-January and we have still been able to drive all the way up to the camp. That's a rarity. This is our 5th winter here, and the last 4 winters we have been snowed out or snowed in, depends on how you look at it, by mid-November. But this year we've been blessed, been able to drive in and out, which has enabled us to work on that building that we've been sharing with you. So I had the truck full of tools, drive in and out, but now we have over a foot of snow. There's about 14 inches on the ground now, and we took the vehicles down for the last time. I did leave my big truck up here because I don't need it, and up here I can keep an eye on it. So it's probably going to be up here until spring, who knows? But our project now is pretty much shut down for a while as we're reduced down the snow machine and the Ranger. That's our access in and out. But anyway, and now we're in a cold snap. We have been down to 15 below, and it was 13 below yesterday and 9 below this morning. So that's been keeping me in the house editing a lot of this footage that I have. So we're making good use of the time. So I'm going to finish up my chores, fill up the wood box, and then we're going to fire up the Ranger and take it down the mountain, and then walk up to where the vehicle is parked and go upload this video when I'm done editing it. Yeah, man, so all is well here on the mountain, and we're loving life like we normally do. Yeah, so we'll see you in a little while because we're going to head to town. Nice to make the first tracks in the snow. Mama's carrying a tube. We drove the Ranger all the way down, parked that. Now we're walking the 0.7 miles or whatever the hell it is over to the other property. And then we're going to walk all the way in, dig out the truck, dig out the Jeep, plow the road, and then go to town and upload a video. That's what it takes at this time of year. But people have the nerve to call me a mooch because I have a Patreon channel. Go figure.
Hey, the boss man picked up another 120 pounds of sunflower seed.
Yay, sunflower seed!
Without them, we'd be starving. Starving, I tell ya. Can't find a pine cone anywhere. Can't even buy one. They must be stuck on a freighter off the coast of the British West Indies. Sunflower seeds are okay, but I prefer fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.